captain has turned on the seatbelt light. Please take your seat and fasten your seatbelts. Thank you.
If you're new to Mimic, a tour of the workspace is a good place to begin. So let's take a look at the main user interface areas. This is the MadCap Mimic interface. In addition to ribbon options at the top of the application window, there are a few main areas. Let's begin with the ribbons. These ribbons are designed to help you find features quicker and more easily, with large buttons and text to guide you. One of the most important ribbons in Mimic is the Movie ribbon, which, among many other functions, allows you to record new movies by clicking the large red record button. This will open a window that you can use to start recording actions on the screen. The Movie ribbon also contains the Properties button, which allows you to access and edit movie properties such as output type and size, as well as buttons to build, view, and publish your output. The Collection ribbon is a lot like the Movie ribbon, except that it's used when you're working on a collection instead of an individual movie. The Home ribbon allows you to access all sorts of useful editing tools and enhancement features, while the View ribbon gives you access to different window panes, such as the timeline and video services. When you open a movie, it appears in the middle section of the interface. This is the frame editor, and it's perhaps the most important part of the interface. After you record a movie, this is where the bulk of the movie enhancement will take place. The frame editor also contains the integrated preview bar, so you can check the progress of your video as you work. A dynamic properties window pane lets you control properties for frames, objects, sounds added to objects or frames, keyframes added to objects and clip effects, and effects added to objects. After it's first opened, the window pane automatically switches between all 5 of these property types, depending on what you're clicking on in the frame editor or in the timeline. In the Frames window pane, you can navigate through all the frames in the movie. When you select a frame, it displays in the large frame editor. That's where you can add all sorts of objects and enhancements for the selected frame. Another window pane that you might find yourself using frequently is the timeline. This provides a visual way to specify the timing for any objects in the frame. The timeline also gives you access to keyframes, effects, and audio objects. You also might find the Palettes window pane to be quite useful. This window pane can be used to store all kinds of objects, such as buttons, callouts, and shapes, that you plan to reuse frequently in your movie frames. That's a quick look at the main areas of the Mimic interface. Of course, there are many more parts to the workspace than just these elements. But if you initially focus on these main areas, you'll be off to a great start. For more information about touring the workspace, see this topic in the online help.